You know, there's a psychological weight that builds when we carry yesterday into today. It becomes this invisible baggage, shame, regret, failure, and it convinces us that we're stuck in a cycle we can't escape. But here's the truth. With God, every single day is a clean slate. Philosophically, that idea is radical. It says that your identity isn't fixed by your past, but renewed by grace. And grace isn't some vague, abstract comfort, it's a force. It's structure, it's discipline, it's the divine permission to start again, and the demand that you do something with that chance. When Scripture says His mercies are new every morning, it's not poetic fluff, it's a psychological and spiritual lifeline. It means God isn't holding yesterday against you. The universe doesn't revolve around your guilt. It revolves around His purpose for you. The only question is, will you step into the new day as if you believe it? Stop living like your story is over. That breath in your lungs, that's proof God's not finished. And if He's not finished, neither should you be. The sun rose today, and that alone is God telling you, let's try again. Most people don't realize how sacred breath is until it's gone. If you're still breathing, that means you've been entrusted with another opportunity, another chance, and that's not a small thing. From a psychological standpoint, we often externalize our purpose, waiting for a breakthrough, a sign, or a shift in circumstance. But if you woke up this morning, the sign already came. God gave it to you when He opened your eyes. And yet, so many waste the breath they're given. They speak defeat. They complain. They stay stagnant. But here's the truth. With every inhale, God is saying, I'm not done with you. You still have potential to unlock, work to do, lives to impact, and it begins with recognizing that breath is both a gift and a responsibility. Think about it. Biologically, breath is involuntary, but existentially, it's intentional. It means you're here on purpose not by accident. And when you understand that, you stop treating your life like it's disposable. You begin to act with intention, not impulse. You begin to live on mission. So the question becomes simple. If God trusted you enough to wake you up today, what are you going to do with the breath He gave you? One of the most deceptive lies we accept is that our past has the final word. We start to identify with our lowest moments as if our failures, our trauma, our worst decisions somehow carry more truth than our potential. But that's not just emotionally damaging, it's intellectually dishonest. You are not a static being. You are a constantly evolving narrative, and with God, that narrative can pivot at any moment. That's the essence of redemption. Not erasure, but transformation. Philosophically, the past exists only in memory. It informs us, but it doesn't imprison us unless we allow it. God doesn't consult your history to determine your destiny. That's a human limitation, not a divine one. The challenge is whether you're willing to stop worshiping your wounds and start walking toward the promise. Your past is a chapter, not the conclusion. And what's most dangerous is that we often confuse familiarity with truth. Just because you've lived with shame doesn't mean you were meant to carry it. With God, new beginnings aren't theory. They're available right now. But you have to stop dragging the weight of yesterday into the opportunity of today. The door's already open. The only thing left is for you to walk through it. Faith, contrary to popular belief, isn't a feeling. It's a discipline. It's not something you wait around to be inspired by. It's something you practice daily, especially when inspiration is absent. The emotional highs fade, the motivation disappears, but faith is what stays when nothing else does. Psychologically, that kind of commitment is rare. Most people operate reactively. If it feels good, they act. If it doesn't, they withdraw. But faith challenges that instinct. It demands that you step forward even when clarity hasn't arrived. The truth is, real growth only happens when you move forward without certainty. That's what walking by faith means, not blindness, but trust. Trust in something higher than your circumstances. Trust in a purpose beyond what you can immediately see. And that kind of trust isn't passive. It's active. It shows up in your habits, in your language, in how you respond when life hits back. So, if you're waiting to feel ready, you'll never move. Faith isn't about feeling ready, it's about being willing. And sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is take one step forward without all the answers and believe that God will meet you there. There's this dangerous misconception that if something is meant for you, it'll just happen, as if purpose unfolds without your participation. But that belief breeds passivity, and passivity is a slow form of surrender. God doesn't bless inactivity. He blesses obedience. He blesses movement. You can pray all day, but if you're not willing to get up and build asterisk, you're not aligning with His plan, you're avoiding responsibility. From a psychological perspective, action is what transforms potential into reality. It's not enough to have the desire or even the faith. Faith without works is dead, not because the belief isn't real, but because belief alone doesn't move the world. God opens doors, yes, but He's not going to drag you through them. You have to engage your will. You have to choose to act in alignment with your calling, even when you don't feel qualified. Especially then, purpose is not a gift you unwrap. It's a responsibility you respond to. It's going to cost you your comfort, your excuses, and your old patterns. But what you get in return is clarity, strength, and direction. So the question is, are you praying for what you're not willing to pursue? Pain by itself feels meaningless. It interrupts, it wounds, it isolates. But pain asterisk with asterisk purpose, that transforms everything. When you begin to see your struggle not as punishment but as preparation, your entire posture toward life changes. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this shaping in me?" Psychologically, that shift is critical. It moves you from victimhood to responsibility, not blame, but ownership of your response. And spiritually, it brings you into alignment with how God builds people, not in ease, but in fire. You don't develop strength by avoiding difficulty. You develop it by engaging with adversity and refusing to let it define you. Even biologically, muscle only grows through resistance, and your character is no different. When you walk with God, even your suffering becomes sacred ground. It's not just hardship, it's raw material for growth, but the outcome depends on how you show up. Will you run from the pain, or will you wrestle with it until it yields meaning? That's the deeper question. Because in the end, your purpose isn't found outside the storm. It's discovered right in the middle of it. Don't waste the fire, walk through it.